Before this video starts, I'd just like to make a quick disclaimer that anything I do say and what I am saying is off the assumption that these files and these allegations are correct. I'm not saying they are, they could be false, these screenshots could be false, but we are going to take the hypothetical scenario that they are real, and we are also going to consider if they are fake. For context, Christian Horner is the team boss of the most successful Formula 1 team at the moment, Red Bull Racing. They are absolutely dominating the sport with their star driver, Max Verstappen. Recently, there were some allegations of a member of staff who accused Christian Horner of inappropriate behaviour. There was an independent investigation by Red Bull's parent company with an independent lawyer, and the investigation, the allegation and the complaint was dismissed. It seemed over. But then, recently, a file drop of 79 files were sent out to the world. Many different places, and I have said files. And what we're going to do is we're going to go from file 1 all the way down to file 79. I'm going to show you the bits I'd like to delve into deeply the most. Again, these could be fake. I'm not saying they are fake, I'm not saying they're real. Files 1 and 2 are images of Christian Horner. Nothing to comment here. That looks like his home in Hertfordshire, I think it is, somewhere in the English countryside. First two are just images of Christian Horner. Then it's him probably at a race, sitting by a pool. Very nice. Now we get on to the first text messages. We can see here that there is already an establishment that Christian Horner is wanting some pictures of what she is wearing. I say Christian Horner, CH, which is Christian Horner's initials. Here, he's basically, essentially, what he's asking is for what she's wearing. Already a bit stretched for an employee. People aren't usually asking what you're wearing when you're a boss. Next, it's about a video call that wasn't responded to. We've got about how she said no video and he keeps trying. So clearly he's video calling her a lot, and she's not responding because she doesn't want to be on video call, which is fair enough. If someone's uncomfortable being on a video call, that's fine, but he seems to keep pressing, which is a fair enough thing to complain about if your boss is trying to video call you, especially if you're out of hours and you've asked him not to because you don't want to be comfortable on video. But yes, he signs off by, she basically denies being on video, on a video call, and wishes CH a good night. And Christian Horner, or CH, says, "Good night, Miss Boring Pants."
Oh no, gringe!
How he got with the Spice Girl, I have no idea with this sort of game, but we'll gloss over that. Then we've got the next morning, apparently, I don't know. It seems to be the next morning. Morning, how did you sleep? What's your outfit? Again, asking for the outfit immediately, giving sort of courteousness, but then immediately asking for the outfit. Apart from that, there is some brief conversation about organising, going to Trader Joe's and going out in the evening for some sort of a thing. I thought it was some sort of team operation. They were going out for the evening. He said bring some warm stuff for the evening outside, things like that. But then we go on to the next file, and this file, oh my goodness. "Thank you for dinner, by the way." The response is "pleasure." The response from that is "night night, hope you enjoyed your blast in Bahrain." "Amazing, hope you did, still waiting, but it was fun to make you. You wouldn't let me. Haha, you couldn't hold on long enough." Laughing face emoji, and now delete this chat, please. Let's think about that again. Let's delve into that a little bit closer. "Hope you enjoyed your blast in Bahrain. It was fun to make you. You wouldn't let me. You couldn't hold on long enough." Again, this could be fake. But if this was hypothetically real, and these are messages between two people, in my opinion, I get the vibe that they've not had a professional conversation. I get the vibe that they may have done a little bit of the hanky-panky, a little bit of the devil's tango. You already know that he thought he was so... He got his short man syndrome, right? He suffered his short man syndrome, and he thought he was so sick. I reckon he thought he was so unbelievably sick. I reckon he thought he was the bee's knees, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm going off to my races. I'm shagging the birds and all that." So I reckon he's got it was proper stroking his ego, which nowadays is probably going to be the only thing that gets stroked anymore, now that he's ruined his marriage and apparently his relationship with this female employee. Are you really the bee's knees now? Are you really the big man? Are you really this massive, proper, clever man who's going off and getting all these women in all these different places? You go home to a Spice Girl, you go out, or you go out to your races and you get with all the girls in your team and all that, proper thinking he was proper Billy Big Bollocks there. And now what? Because Verstappen, your star driver, the key man to your dominant team, the man who's keeping you in a job, because if Red Bull weren't performing, kept on performing badly and weren't going back to winning ways, you would be fired. The man who's keeping your job is now going to leave to one of your rival teams. Your star driver is now going to leave to one of your rival teams. The man who's designed your car is probably going to leave, all because you've decided that you're just going to start like fraternizing with every single woman you come across. For Christ's sake, you have ruined the Red Bull team as a team. The Red Bull team is an amazing team. The people there are talented, and you're ruining all of their hard work. People have their name attached to this team, and you're dragging that great team's name for you. People have their name attached to people have their name attached to this team, right? And you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it. He honestly must have thought he was the absolute man. See, this is the problem with short men. They need to do shitty things like this to stroke their ego to make themselves feel better. This is awful. This is awful. This is awful. You keep calling me, and then I just listen or talk to help you explode. That's basically like calling a porn channel. Speechless. Speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. And this man, because he can't keep his member in his trousers, he is ruining, or just putting a big asterisk, a big damper on the works of Red Bull Racing Formula One team. Right? And it's so disappointing for the fans as well. Look, Red Bull. But look, there's a Red Bull thing on my wall. There's a Red Bull car on my wall. And now this has happened. And now every time I look at that, I used to think you were cool, Christian Horner. I used to think you were cool. I used to admire you. And now I don't. Now I don't, because one, you're a cheating twat, allegedly. First of all, selfish, horny Horner, can't keep yourself under control, a weirdo, a pervert, harassment is what that is. So you're harassing people, you're harassing your workforce, and you cannot even just admit it. For the love of God, admit your fault, step away. You are a multi-millionaire. Go away. Retire. Spend your days fiddling with your donkeys and your cock in your country home. Because for Christ's sake, if this is true, you cannot stay in Formula One. You cannot stay in this team because you are going to ruin it. And I appreciate that you have worked very hard for this team, and getting a new person in could be catastrophic, but keeping him will be more catastrophic. He just needs to take a step away, let someone else step in, because it's either keep Christian Horner or lose Adrian Newey, lose Max Verstappen, and that will be more catastrophic than keeping him. And also, he should not be allowed to continue with... He will now think that this behaviour is fine. He will now think that he can do whatever he wants. He'll go back to being an egotistical little what-name. He'll keep on doing this. He's a 50-year-old man. You have kids. You have a wife. And you're thinking this is okay. Disgraceful. Anyway, before I get myself in any more trouble, I'm going to step away. I'm going to go have a breather. And maybe a monster.